Hello. So, uh, this is meant to be a guide as far as so essentially, if you're currently unable to make any progress and you feel like you can't consistently, you know, increase your amount of money and items, this is kind of a strategy to help you consistently be able to do that. And as you extract with, there's two goals. We'll get into it, but this is to help you up. This is a good example. One thing is know your enemy. This guy right here, if he saw me right now, he would shoot me because I have no reputation with the Green Army yet. However, hear that? Someone won that fight. Oh. Multiple people got shot, or are in the process of getting shot. You want to listen for opportunities like that, just in case, because someone is definitely dead in that general area. At least one person. So, we know these guys are low, so now I will actually take on the Green Army. There's probably more down here, but these guys have, like, kitted out gear. Jesus Christ, this was not supposed to be like this. I saw another shot come from below. Ah, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, okay, well, ignore that. See, I didn't know there was three there. He didn't seem to shoot me immediately. I did introduce myself to the Red Army guys, so I wonder if they're, like, okay with me now, or at least willing to not shoot me on sight. Uh, Fuck it, I'm not editing any of that out. The reason why I took that risk so early is because it's extremely early game. Uh, the amount of resources that you lose upon death, or what happens upon death, the consequences of death, are dependent upon the difficulty settings that you have selected. Although I'm eventually going to go hardcore, I'm definitely not ready for that yet. Uh, I lose whatever resources that I use. For example, if I go in and die or make it out, uh, and I use, med kits to heal or ammo and things like that, those items that I used aren't replenished, but I don't empty my backpack upon death or anything like that. I don't know what that's just, okay, that's just terrain. So, the first thing you want to do when loading in is identify your extraction points. Now, the primary goal is to make it to this extraction point. Now, we're hoping to grab loot along the way. And we're hoping to pick up more loot than the resources that we use to survive. So as far as like dollar value. Now, key points of interest on the map. One is the railroad. Railroad not as important. The reason why the railroad is good is it gives you a clear line of sight. So walking down the railroad, you can run into uh, people and kind of get the drop on them as long as you're careful and you listen. This right here is the sawmill. You can get in here to get a bunch of loot. Uh, but there's enemies outside. You can grab those guns and still be profitable. Uh, this right here, these two usually aren't next to each other, but they can be. It's just kind of rare. This is where Laser, I think is the guy's name, hangs out. You'll find a lot of enemies with guns over here, but I die pretty often going there. So I'm just going to show you essentially if I was trying to take as low a risk option as possible. I don't have any resources. Primary goal is to make it out. We can go more into like specialized loot in different areas where you can hunt for things, but so my goal now that I've placed a waypoint is simply to make it to there. I may not extract right away, depending upon what happens in between here and there, but that's definitely ground that I have to cover. I may not see anything along the way. I may make it there with 1 HP. So let's get there, clear out the area, and then we can go from there. But immediately from the start, like a lot of times if you wait till you get loot and then try to extract, especially early game, you may not be able to get back to full health. You may be injured and bleed out before you leave. A lot could happen. So I just kind of keep my eye out. Once you have a scope, you can kind of peek beyond this if you hear anything. Now, given it won't necessarily show you someone, that's dependent upon your line of sight. Ooh. Okay, those are scientists, and I can stay out of range of them. I want to be on semi-auto, which by the way, you toggle that with the letter B as in boy. Now, I don't know if they would have shot me or not, but it's irrelevant because I knew for sure that I was going to shoot them. We're right here by extraction, and my reputation with the scientists is 0 because they don't want to give me any jobs or money, so, well, doesn't benefit me to keep you around. Next time, give me money or jobs or whatever. Or at least heal me for free if I'm bleeding right next to you, dog. Those guys. Now, these right here, these crystals are, or at least can be really good. Rotten water. Food scraps. I don't need food scraps, though, really. That's nice. 24 out of 25. What's our heaviest gun? 250, 14, 410. Okay, so if you notice, that takes it off of that. But for some reason, the same does not apply for your armor and backpack. You still carry the weight of those. Uh, Now our extract is right there, but these fire crystals are worth 600 each. Just look at the dots. If you stand where a dot is, it's going to light you up. You can get a hazmat suit like the scientists are wearing to wear through here to lower your radiation, because I'm probably about to eat some of it. Uh, but I didn't pack mine so that I could carry more loot. The red ones are usually not too bad, but if you're around these areas, you'll start getting irradiated, but you'll find plenty of anti-rad pills all over. One of the most, you find those a lot more than you find med kits. By the way, primary healing item are these bandages, by the way. Get your water, and, you know, collect water, and then craft regular bandages. And water and regular bandages equals sterilized bandages, which fix bleeding and allow you to heal. Jesus Christ, don't hurt me to stand on this. Okay, this shit, that's what happens when you stand on it. I'm gonna go ahead and top off my health. Now, I wouldn't do this if I didn't have a way to produce more of these. But I can now produce bandages and sterilized bandages pretty regularly for pretty cheap, and I can just get bandages and sell them for a profit. So, like, I want to stay full health so that I don't lose my shit, but yeah. Nice haul, and this was right by the exit. If that was clear, I would have worked my way down and see if I could find some loot or hidden stash or whatever. But look, Rupel's made almost 20k. And yeah, that was not a hard fight. The scientists, like, I could see that I was outside of their range. They weren't detecting me. I knew I could probably win that fight. Uh, yeah, just be mindful. If that would have been Red Army, 3 guys, just like I did in the, first run through where I died immediately. I thought there was probably only 1 guy, but I wouldn't have shot a Red Army guy right there at the end. Uh, you know, look at who it is before you shoot if you can. Uh, Scientists typically don't have armor. You can take their guns, you can take their money, and one other thing, like just a small tip, inventory management is really hard in this game. Like, you run out of space before you realize what's important and what's not. I don't have any of it right here. I'll show you what it is, but you can pretty much pick up everything. You can craft a storage module, and that will allow you to get more tabs here, so that you can start to organize things. I wouldn't call this organized by any means, but you're going to need, let me just show you. Whenever you get your, what do you call it, the workshop, I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the workshop. Uh, you have all your gear, which you can just repair for, regular scrap and scrap weapons. So even getting weapons like that, like right now I'm starting to get my gun starting to jam sometimes, and it gets more expensive as it gets more damage. So things like these matches here, that's gonna help me fix a gun. I wonder what these give me. You can't scrap those. I would not consume is a weird word there. These give you medical scraps, but all these scraps that they give you, you can use to craft different things later on, and that's how you stop from buying thousand or $1 to $2,000 med kits are dying in every run is eventually getting the stuff to craft these different modules so you can craft these up, and then that's lowering the risk that you're taking on because it costs less money to re-up on the necessary supplies. So that's honestly the biggest thing, is just go to whichever one of these you want to get. You can research if you want. I haven't got all of them before. I'm kind of just going based on my own. Some are self-explanatory, some are not, but you can just hit track items and everything that you need that's on this list will glow green. Right now I'm working on the garden to see what that gives me, but I can't get enough scrap to get anywhere near that because I keep using it to repair stuff, but we'll get there one day. Anyway, thank you for watching, and yeah, man, you gotta subscribe now. You're already here. You have to. You don't have a choice. Video's not gonna end until you do it. I'm just kidding. But thanks for watching.